welcome once again to another episode of Teacher's Corner playthrough on the Agents of Yesterday beginning episodes. And this time we will be playing the episode Tangled Web. Okay, so first off, since we did get a new bridge officer, we want to check what his skills are. It was a tactical human. And his skills, okay, so he has a torpedo skill. Well, since we're not going to be using torpedoes, we're going to want to retrain that. So I'm going to give him Tactical Team 1 because once I'm able to slot a second Tactical Bridge Officer, I'm going to want one with that ability. So I'm going to, there we go, and tactical, and I want to make sure I get the 23rd century version. Oh, come on, where is it? And, training menu. I am not seeing it. Oh, yay, lovely. Alright, well then, I'll go ahead and give him another fire at will one then. Alright, since I can't seem to find Tactical Team 1, I'll go ahead and give him fire at will 1, and we'll figure it out from there. Have to be flexible, sometimes plans change. So we want Augustine, and engineering should be available because we're seeing it here, but oh well. We will figure it out as we go. There we go, and there. Alright. Okay. So we now have Tactical Team 1 on him, so we'll at least be able to double up on that when the time comes. Alright, and we have our glowing skill points. So let's see, we do have another space point, so we're going to put that in shield restoration. Okay, so this increases the amount of shields restored by outgoing healing abilities, like Science Team, for example, which we do have on our ship now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add this. Alright. And that gives me, there we go. Okay, well on my way. And now, let's begin our episode. And we want Tangled Webs. The timeline has been disrupted and the Federation stands on the brink of war. It's up to you to restore history, no matter what the cost. No matter the cost, forgive me.
Things are heating up with the Tholians. Monitor stations are detecting large fleet movements toward Federation space, and they're refusing all of our diplomatic hails. We're doing all we can to prevent a war, but it's not looking good. I want you to join a task force I'm assembling. If this goes south, I want my best people on the front line when it does.
Okay. Head to the Proto-Nebula to assist Starfleet with the Tholian. And again, I get some experience points, some expertise, and some gear. Twin phaser array, dual phaser beam bank, science emitter console. Okay, this will give me some shield restoration, and again some dilithium. So I'm going to accept. And it dawns on me, I haven't looked at her assets.
The Federation shouldn't be having significant issues with the Tholians at this point in time. I've been scanning the timeline and I think I found the problem. 2 years ago, a Tholian colonial fleet was destroyed. The Tholians blamed the Federation, and increasing hostilities have ultimately led us here. This is something I'll need your help to correct.
Alright. She's been building up some nice dilithium. Alright. And now
I've pinpointed the incident in question. Setting temporal transponder back 2 years. We need to correct the timeline during the Defiant's encounter with the Tholians.
Alrighty. And let's begin Tangled Web.
We've arrived in 2268, and not a moment too soon. The Nakul are clearly out for blood. Tholians are quite xenophobic. They may feel the Federation is part of the problem here.
You've got to convince them otherwise, Daniel.
We're being hailed by the Defiant. I'll remind you that our orders forbid us from telling them anything specific about the situation. I recommend deflecting their questions until the situation is resolved.
Good to see you. We're in a real tight spot here. The Tholians were taking a serious beating when we reached the system, and the other ships opened fire on us the minute we dropped out of warp. Mind lending us a hand until we figure out what's going on?
Sure thing, Captain. Let's save the Tholians while we still can.
This was Tholian home.
Vengeance for the children.
Those random overloads are very nice.
Don't suppose you have any idea what's going on here? There's nothing on these aliens in our computers or why they'd attack the Tholians, or us for that matter.
Setting up my things. I'm putting my attack pattern alpha for now on my spam bar. Let's heal our
Don't suppose you have any idea what's going on here? There's nothing on these aliens in our computers or why they'd attack the Tholians, or us for that matter.
Alright. Right now I need you on Overwatch. More of those aliens could show up.
Alright, do what you need to do. We'll talk about all of this when the shooting stops. Deal?
I
Deal.
know it
Stay
doesn't
safe,
feel
Cap.
Great keeping information from the Defiant's crew, but believe me, it's for the best. I'll monitor the situation here while you assist the Tholians. Do what you can to save them. Good luck.
Prepare for departure. Alright, so we have a nice rounded out bridge crew here. Our away team.
I've found appropriate transport coordinates on the Tholian flagship. Hopefully you can convince them that we're not at fault here. If the Tholians go to war with the Federation now, it would be devastating on a galactic scale.
Keep an eye on things, Daniels. Let me know if anything changes. Sensors show the interior of the Tholian ship is too hot for us. You'll need to put on an EV suit before going. Understood. Okay. So these are EV suit. Okay, so they gave us 5 environmental suits, and I'll need to put them on myself and my bridge crew. I do want to get rid of this extra. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Okay, and the rest I shall put on my crew as appropriate. I forgot to put the normal body armor on this guy. Okay. Taking the moment to go ahead and gear him up appropriately, since I did forget. Alright. Put on his shields and put on his... There we go. Okay. And now he's got an EV suit. Alright. And I want to put that there and put that. Okay. And we're gonna want to keep this. This was mine. Alright. Gonna want to keep these. Doesn't really matter what order the others are in, as long as I can keep straight where mine was. There we go. Alrighty. So now we all have EV suits. I will need to, of course, activate mine. Before it will let us beam over. Okay, EV suits equipped, Captain. We're ready to go when you are. And I like how they have the built-in flashlight. Alright, so here we are on the Tholian ship.
Tholian life signs. I'm detecting numerous Nakul life signs. More are on their way. Reinforcements are on their way to your position. Stay alert.
Alright. We can pick up the item. Remember, each item is an opportunity to get ground gear if you are starting a tune from scratch with no other resources. Alright. We can scan the dead Tholian. And it says, let's try that again. This Tholian went down fighting. Multiple combat injuries have been detected, all from plasma weaponry favored by Nakul strike teams. The kill shot was fired into his thorax at point blank range. Wow, that's pretty vicious. Alright, so we are continuing. And it looks like we're going this way.
The power levels on the flagship just spiked. Something's wrong. I doubt the Tholians are at play.
Taking full advantage of that berserker trait, trying to get as many Nicole near me as possible if I can't be far away. Get into the thick of it.
I'm reading 4 incoming Knuckle transporter signatures.
Lieutenant, the Nicole have triggered the ship's self-destruct sequence. We've got to shut that down and fast. Stop the self-destruct sequence by overriding command consoles and power conduits. There we go. Okay, there's the console. And another console. And third console. And then over here. Repair console.
Energy readings on the flagship are returning to normal. Whatever you did worked. Stop the ship from detonating, but they're not cool. They've killed Tholian colonists and even hatchlings ruthlessly. What they've done here is an atrocity.
Our work's not finished yet. Looks like we're going this way. I may have gone the wrong way. Yes, I did. That will happen once in a while. Don't let it bother you. Just go back and find your right direction. There we go. No regret!
The last remaining Tholians are close to your position, and more Knuckle are on their way. I'd hurry if I were you.
Start firing. Haha, I shall get you all. Red eyes. Die! Die, die, red eyes. Get those Nicole. Ha ha ha. There we go. Save the Tholian! Okay. There's one more boarding party. Where is it? Oh, looks like we got it. And now we talk to the Tholian.
Humanoid command unit. Why did you kill your kind? This is irrational. Explain.
We are not of the Nicole. We're from the United Federation of Planets.
Humanoid command Federation. Not cool. All humanoids are the same. Chaotic, irrational, peaceful, then not. Warring, then you leave.
We're not the same as the Nicole Majesty. We are not your enemy.
Those you call cool killed our people. Our children all are dead. Our sisters must know. Leave now, Federation. Leave us to our final task.
What can we do to help? We fought the Nicole. We came to save you.
You cannot help us. Too late. The hatchlings slaughtered. The colonists lost. Nothing can help in the face of this terror. We must send our message. Others will come. Leave now.
We've got enemy ships on an intercept course, including a dreadnought. We won't last long against a force like that.
Understood.
Continue to fight Nakul. Keep them from us while we contact our sisters. If you speak truly, you will not betray us.
Send that message quickly, Majesty. Better come back to the teacher's corner before that Nicole dreadnought comes into range. Beam us up. Alright.
I've been monitoring the Tholian Queen's progress. She hasn't been able to send the signal to her people. Orders?
We'll protect her while she works, Daniels. That message must go out.
Okay, let's have a little chat. What's the situation here? Where did those alien ships come from? I'd like some straight answers for a change.
Look, Captain, my orders are need to know, and
I don't need to know, right? I read you, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. That big alien ship is still heading our way. Let's focus on that.
sounds like a plan, Captain. See her now.
Here they come.
And my weapon drain negation, there we go. This is the one advantage of the cruisers, is that you can have the weapon system efficiency, which reduces power drain.
More ships inbound to our location. The alien dreadnought is concentrating fire on the Tholian flagship.
Ooh, that was close. It's one thing about early on, very little defensive opportunity. Answer here.
You have proven you are different. Rational. This pleases us. We have sent word to our sisters. The Nakul will pay. The Federation will not. Now, vengeance for the slaughter of a generation. Vengeance for our children.
The Queen's message has been sent through subspace and... Yes! The timeline is correcting itself. Good work. Now, we just need to help with... Oh no. The Queen is going to full impulse. She's gonna ram the Nakul dreadnought!
Evasive maneuvers. Steer hand to Defiant. Get out of here! Oh no, the Tholian.
Still down. We can't escape.
Not the Defiant. Scanning. I can't tell if there are life signs over there or not. Defiant appears to be phasing in and out of local space-time. The interaction of Nicole chronal energies with the proto-nebula has made this area of space very unstable and prone to rifts into other dimensions. We might be able to get a lock onto their crew with the computer's assistance and perform an emergency beam out, but we'll need to act fast.
No. I'm afraid that this is their fate. This is one of the hardest things about being a temporal agent. We can only make the changes we have to make, not the ones we want to make.
There has to be something we can do here, Daniels.
I'm afraid there's not. History states that the Defiant went missing, only to be found here weeks later by the Enterprise. Though they're lost, we now know that they played an important role in keeping the Federation safe, in protecting the timeline. For what it's worth, I will be sure their heroism is included in my report. The Tholians will remember this as well. This encounter may lead them to be more inward-focused, avoiding conflicts with the Federation, for the time being. At the very least, they will know that it wasn't the Federation that was responsible for the destruction of their colony convoy.
See to it that you do. Let history never forget the name Defiant. All decks have reported in, Captain. We're ready to return to our own time on your order. Make it so. Alright, and now, time for turning it
Captain
in.
Archer had similar concerns when I worked with him. We often disagreed, but in the end, we were able to work past our differences and do the right thing. I hope you and I can do the same. Leaving Defiant to her fate was a hard choice, but it saved untold billions of lives. That has to count for something.
Okay, and this leaves us with our gear that we get, and our experience points, of course. Alright. And let's take a look. We do have room for that science console. It will at least give us a little more healing from our shields, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. But that's the only one we really need. Well, it'll give us a little more resistance as we're leveling up, and we have the space for it, so I'll go ahead and put this on. Once we get to end game, you really don't need any kind of these defensive kind of consoles. But since we're not in game and we have the space for it, since I can't open the plasmonic leech yet, we can go ahead and put that in. And this will give us a little more punch on our shield healing abilities, so I'll go ahead and put that in since I don't have anything else to go there. And other than that, we are good to go. So we can go ahead and get rid of these other things when I go back to Earth Space Dock. And now to make sure we put back our body armor on each of our tunes. And there we go. So that next time we go down, we're not using EV suits when we're fighting against our enemies. Alright, and tar seed, there we go. Alrighty. So this has been another Teacher's Corner playthrough edition, and I'll see you for the final episode of the initial tutorial, which is the Battle of Caleb 4. I'll see you there.